We're getting back to where I left off last time. A few things have happened. It appears that God has woken up after all. The state cannot stop the crap from leaking out from the rafters. Governor Brian Kemp, he was formerly the Secretary of State, hence he was responsible for all the licensing boards. Their incompetence and at times criminal behavior merited investigation, but nobody ever bothered. Nobody. Governor Brian Kemp's staff, his Director of Legislative Affairs, Chuck Harper, his Special Advisor Grant Thomas, his former staff attorney, Candace Brose, they all agreed that the licensing board was egregious in its behavior. Their executive director, Brick Zimmerman, with a BA in incompetence, and that's all the qualifications he possesses. 35 years of incompetence, and he's very proud of it, inclusive of the criminal acts that he has been involved in. And the white hierarchy of the board members. We will come to it at a later stage. Right now, I just want to stick to the matters on hand. So, 2 weeks ago, parents have filed a complaint in the federal courts for the poor provision of mental health interventions and services. Why it took so long, it beggars belief. Governor Kemp, when he was Secretary of State, his staff said that they are appointees of the governor, the then governor, Nathan Deal. When we get to the office, we will take care of matters. Each and every person I met with 6, 7, 8 years ago at the state capitol, now the sycophants, they are part of the establishment surrounding Governor Kemp. They're all unavailable. They made false statements to my attorney, inclusive of Grant Thomas saying the matter has been handed over to the appropriate official. What official? Which official? 7, 8 years have gone. 6 years have gone. 10 years have gone. Nothing has happened. No investigation. No nothing. As you're going to follow suit, as the story unfolds, I'm sure Michael Avenatti, he wanted to be the President of the United States. After all, if Trump can be, why not him? Unfortunately, he went to prison before President Trump did. Michael Cohen. Cream of the legal establishment. John Eastman, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, who was going to take care of all criminals. And I was one of his fans. He can't pay his legal bills. How the story unfolds, how the worm has turned. It turns out, the very spineless, the very people who were lying to us, pretext, pretense, fraudsters, racketeers. Under racketeering, President Trump is being tried, and his colleagues, and his cohorts. Why not racketeering in the state of Georgia? The list does not end there. I was just going to come down to Jane Ellis, Fani Willis. Yes, the very Fani Willis, who is prosecuted, who is the DA. Right now, she is involved with other unsavory breaking news of her own. They all think they're untouchable. Members of the state bar, they think they're untouchable. They fill up the Congress, they fill up the Senate, they fill up state capitals, and look at the filth that flows. As often stated, they operate, that is, the attorneys, the industry of law. It operates 3 stories below the sewer system. Now, when it comes to family law, it goes further down. So these are the old jokes. But how true they are becoming. President Biden, he's taking care of his son's mental health issues, no problem. Hunter can do no wrong. What about people like me who've done nothing wrong? Remember President Clinton? He granted pardon to his brother. 3 strikes and you're out. He granted him pardon. While the others are festering in filth in our penal system. For smoking ganja, a bit of reef. Okay, I'm not going to go there because I want to stick to this and I want you to keep focus on where I'm going and what I have endured, what I have suffered, and how the system continues to defecate on me. And the 2 US senators, God bless them, they instigated matters with the DOJ. One, i.e. John Ossoff and his staff, they have become unresponsive. They won't acknowledge my calls. It's not that I'm trying to annoy anybody. I'm pretty polite, I'm pretty well educated, I'm pretty intelligent, and I'm pretty decent. That's what has been acknowledged historically. None of the senators could make 5 minutes to meet with me. Our staff is dealing with the matters. Back to staff dealing with the matters. God bless you, Brian Kemp. Your staff is dealing with the matters. And their staff is dealing with the matters. What matters? Agent McCabe at the FBI, DOJ. I will give you a list of each and every individual at the end of this podcast and what my experience was with them. Each and every one, with their names, with their titles, who they are, where they are, what they do, what they're responsible for, what they did and what they said. And these are the very same who are there to protect us and to protect our constitutional rights. Sick joke or what? What if I were to tell you that some of the dumbest criminals are practicing attorneys and sitting judges, inclusive of the US Supreme Court incumbents and not excluding some of their predecessors? Unless you just crawled out from under a rock or are completely incapable of reading, writing, and tone deaf, inclusive of cognitive impairment, they are making headlines for what they are good at. Incompetence, corruption, self-indulgence. I have yet to find out any code of ethics to which they are signatory to, which includes all 3 of those plus much more. Incompetence, corruption, self-indulgence. And granting absolution, it appears that whether you deal with faith or with business, whether you are Epstein or Wiesman or whoever, as long as you are connected with the all-so-powerful, including the keepers of faith, Vatican, absolution is in your back pocket because you feel, or you're made to feel, that you are in the company of the high and mighty. Hence, you're Teflon coated. Nobody can touch you. Nobody. Till something happens. And your buddies can pay $70 million and more for your legal bills. We are all screwed. I'm living in hell every day. Every breath I take is nothing short of torture. But for a cause. This pile of filth, somebody has to cook it. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. Could be dead tomorrow. So what? Nobody cares. It appears even I don't care anymore. With my head down, I appear to have taken on the role of a bulldozer. But all the targets, they're disappearing. They hide behind doors. Here, I'm going to make another statement. I'm going to tell you from my experience and from talking with people concerned who are in the right corridors, faceless people. Judicial corruption is stimulated and dictated from the gubernatorial office in the state of Georgia. I can't tell you about the rest because I haven't been, but when I give you the list of people and much more, you will know I left no stone unturned, none. I even followed the rats down the sewer. Hey, what harm? What harm? I will tell you stories of the provision of mental health services, care services. When the time is right, if you do not find them repugnant and if you're not repulsed, then definitely humanity and common decency have left this country, if not the planet. What if I were to tell you you are part of the problem? Because you stand in line for hours to vote for the ones who are screwing you, screwing the whole damn lot of us. So when I open my mouth, what do? You throw filth at me. On some social platforms, a young lady called Jer Howard from South Fulton is talking to her white comrades, simply stating, oh, I think it's time for him to leave the state. Well, at least she's been polite. She didn't say, let's go on a Sunday afternoon and hang him from the nearest tree. Ha ha ha, and we can have Sunday coffee and some cupcakes with it, just to make it. Have a look at the picture on my website, griftersnet.com. That picture was taken in Duluth, Georgia, just the other side of Atlanta, where couples are out on a date. They're laughing, they're pointing at two black men hanging by the noose and one lying dead on the ground. They're laughing and they're joking. At least, for now, till their mouths open, they give the appearance of decent, civilized white folk. But the problem I'm having is, blacks are in a rush to overtake what the whites did. Hardly a crowning moment for the history that is being made and that is being written. Because for what they will be remembered for are the very same they complained about the whites for 300 years and more. Now they're doing it themselves. Don't think browns have exactly covered themselves in glory. Senator Menendez and others, they're going to come out. The seams are breaking. Nobody can contain the filth. You cannot hide. And people, you need to pull your head firmly out of your ass, because the smell of poop is your own. It's of your own creation. So I'm not going to go lecturing you. You have plenty. Go to your church. Go to your local faith facility. Give them money. They will give you a lecture. You will come out feeling good, probably, because that's what you do culturally. Because facing reality while your children are committing suicide, are dying by suicide, and whatever else is in vogue, you really have lost touch with humanity. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourselves how good you people are. Racketeering, aiding and abetting are crimes and not an act of patriotism, as many of the people with single-cell amoeba intellect seem to think. So, you're going to throw poop at me, yep? What's that going to get you? I was just having a haircut the other day, and she happens to be a white lady. Liz said to me, my pappy used to say, now, God bless her, Liz is 67 years of age and appears highly intelligent. So it shows you don't need 5 degrees like me and more to sound intelligent. She is. So she narrated, she says, everything you say is so true. So I'll share something with you. My pappy used to say, we in the South, born and bred, right in the South, we hold our poop in our hands. And then we pray wholeheartedly and we make ourselves believe it's going to turn to gold. 300 years gone, we're still covered in poop. But we don't know it. Maybe we know it, but we won't acknowledge it. Because what we do, deny, deflect, destroy, has become a culture. So I'm an anomaly. What a shame they could not hang me from the tree. Because legally, that's exactly what they've done. Read the documents. They're all court documents. It is so evident the amount of criminality that has taken place amongst the judiciary, gubernatorial office. You name it, they done it. I'm still here. So they thought we'll shut the media off. Look what I did. I found this goddamn thing on eBay and on Amazon, and I scrimped and scrounged so I could talk with you. And hopefully, there's over 8 billion. I may find 5 or 10 people of some common decency